How is everyone tonight? We got some more Necrobarista. Getting pretty close to the end of this. I think we only have about like 4 more chapters. Yeah, besides that, we only have a couple more side stories to get through. I looked through the memory section, we only have about like 6 more, I think, from what I saw, unless you like unlock more after each section. We only saw like 6 that I didn't clear yet, so either there's only 6 left or there's more than 6. And if there's less than, or if there's only 6 left, then that means there's probably only a couple short stories through the next few chapters. By the way, on the docket today, I do want to go through the side stories first and foremost, and then go ahead and continue with the main story, see what's up then. Yeah, so I guess let's go ahead and start off with that. There we go. I guess let's start with the first side story, Walking to the Sky, with these two, Hannah and Tuan, I believe? Walking to the Sky, sure. It's probably gonna be like entire chapters worth of stuff, isn't it? While this is loading here, it's probably not gonna be loading for long, but this afternoon, because I have like a photography class, we need to do like photography stuff, taking pictures and everything. I went outside to take a picture, and I came back inside and it must have like slipped inside, but there was this giant fly that came in. I thought it was a bee at first because it was buzzing like really loud, but it ended up landing like inside my lamp that I have on my desk, and yep, it was just a really big fly, so that gave me a little spook. Anyway, let's start off with this. Oh, hello. Hey, little guy, wanna play? Hey, I changed the text shadows because I noticed it was a bit hard to read sometimes. Fetch. Maybe you'll have an easier time grabbing this. It just bounced right off of it. What else do we have here? Ran his hand along the shelf and found another object to throw, a flat, dull ring of metal. Catch! Alright. But took its prize and left. Oh, hey. Quickly broke eye contact and her eyes started scanning the floor as if she were looking for something. Fawn, not wanting to bother the girl, turned back to the shelf. She'd clearly come upstairs looking for something, and it wasn't a conversation with him. Still, she seemed interesting and kind of wanted to talk to her. But again, she wasn't taking the initiative, so neither was he. Attention was directed towards the floor, not him. He was surprised to hear her voice again. Hey. Yeah? I was just wondering, did you happen to see a ring here? A ring? Like a... Oh, like a ring. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took it off and left it here somewhere. No, I don't think I remember seeing a ring that looked like that. Yeah, and actually described the ring to him, he realized. Are you sure? Just a simple metal band, no fancy etchings or anything. Metal band? Not like a Metallica kind of metal band. Metallica, oh my gosh. Guitar Hero. There's no, like, a piece of jewelry? Wants to suppress an urge to get into a, well, actually, argument about heavy rock versus metal and which side of the divide Metallica fell on. You mean just the metal ring? Yes, I'm looking for a metal ring that looks like a metal ring. Kind of like a washer, right? But smooth? I guess? Juan's blood ran cold as he recalled the object he'd happily surrendered to the robot just minutes earlier. Yeah, I think I saw something like that. There was a little bot up here playing with some metal objects just before. One of them looked kind of like a ring. Oh, great, is it? Oh, you don't need to. It's no problem. I can swear it was right around here. It wasn't. Sorry, I think it may have run off with it. Oh, you don't need to apologize. I mean, it's not like it was your fault, right? Yeah, He mentally cringed at the way he said haha instead of laughing like a normal person. Well, thanks for checking. I'm gonna go see if I can find that bot. It's me. I'm sorry? I mean, it's me that's going to help you find that ring. Oh, that's really not necessary. Tom couldn't tell whether she simply didn't want to impose or whether she really thought she didn't need his help. He decided to shoot a shot. I've got nothing better to do. I know this place pretty well. You're new here, right? Let me lend you my limited knowledge of how this cafe is laid out. If it's not an imposition, I'm happy to help. To be honest, she was imposing a little. And again, the situation was mostly his fault. Well, cool, I appreciate it. I don't think I got your name, by the way. I'm Tuan. I'm Hannah. Does this ring of yours have any special significance? Special gift? Some kind of sentimental value? You hoped it wasn't. It's kind of a reminder of who I used to be. Back when I was going through my whole goth phase. I used to wear 10 rings every day, if you can believe it. Now I just have one. Hang on, goth phase? Yeah, you know, goth rings. Didn't last long though. Turns out going full goth is super expensive. I guess I was drawn to the idea back when I had a brief obsession with death. I also wrote a lot of really bad poetry. Pretty cringe, huh? It's not that cringe. Can't judge a person by their poetry. I was never a goth, but I've been to a few emo concerts in my time. Sure, but you go to emo concerts, so I'm not sure you're a good judge of what's cringe or not. I mean, the lion's share of bad poetry is definitely written by teenagers. Speaking from experience, eh? Got any old Tumblr blogs I can look up? I bet you will blog some real deep MCR GIF sets. Oh my gosh, they're really just bringing up all the real world stuff. My gosh. Don't worry, I'm not actually going to try and find it. You've got plenty of chances to embarrass yourself in real life. Keep the shameful posting hidden. Burn it if you must. I just don't think it's a bad thing to have written crappy poetry. The whole trying to find beauty in death thing feels pretty childish looking back. Emotions were turned up to 11 thanks to puberty. I think there's more to it than that. Remember how it felt, becoming an adult but not being treated like one. So stuck in the kid-friendly version of life. You live out in the suburbs, everything is so sanitized. It feels fake. And teens run in the opposite direction of what's fake. We embrace the darkest thing we can find, which tends to be death. I guess as teenagers we don't usually have to confront death. Tom kept his voice low out of respect for the other patrons. He knew enough about the cafe to understand that not everyone was here to have deep conversations about death. Maybe not most. I guess you could say I'm an exception. You want to ask a question, don't you? You're not sure if you're allowed. That's a big assumption. Am I wrong? I'll take that as a yes. And I'll take your continued silence as further confirmation. Okay, you're not wrong. don't want to make you uncomfortable. Feelings mutual. I'm not sure you're allowed to ask, and I'm not sure I'm allowed to tell. You're definitely allowed to tell. Sorry, don't mean to sound pushy. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. You don't have to treat it like a question that needs answering. Not a question, more an invitation. Right. My mom was diagnosed with leukemia when I was 13. My father typically vanished as soon as he found out. Spent the next year dealing with crippling abandonment issues, not to mention the constant dread. There's more to the story, Tuan could tell. But this was Hannah's story to share, if she wanted. That's heavy. Thanks for trusting me with it. It was a dark time. But that stuff's all buried deep in the past now, never to be seen by anyone else ever again. Unless you count my old Tumblr, which I forgot the password to, so guess that'll be out there forever. Monument to my shame. I think you send a takedown request, the site has to honor it. Send a message to the blog, and if it doesn't respond, away it goes. I wasn't really looking for a solution to that problem. But your advice sounds pretty useful, actually. I'd give it a shot. Really good at offering unsolicited assistance. For example, one time this girl came to me looking for a missing ring, and I told her I'd help her find it. Wow, cool. I hope the story ends with you actually helping her find it. I don't actually remember how the story ended. I think the big plot twist happened when we decided to study the bookshelf. Like the bookshelf we're standing in front of? Just so. Not gonna be anything, is it? Can we stop now? Maybe she needs a commitment to the bit, but the ring's not here. Bookshelves had a few nooks and crannies a buck could hide in, or hide a ring in. The plane! Are you sure it's okay to move stuff around like that? It'll be fine as long as you don't sneeze. Is it really that fragile? Oh yeah. Shoebox ROG is not a plane known for its sturdiness. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I caught that. What's this thing called? Shoebox ROG, short for Rise Off Ground. Classic. It's classic. Capable of self-sustained indoor flight for up to 40 seconds. Don't tell me you know every model on the shelves. Nope, just the balsa wood airplanes. When did you become such an expert? Summer camp. Guess preteen boys just find that kind of stuff fascinating. I sure did, and I'll carry that obsession to the grave. There I was, worried I'd missed out on something important by never going to summer camp. Actually, you kind of did. Sure, the physics of a rubber band powered airplane. No, I mean like the other stuff. Not a big fan of archery or netball either. Is that what they call volleyball? Netball? I think people remember summer camp because they got to play with bows and arrows. I always figured learning how to fish or shoot an arrow was meant to be some kind of delightful experience. Sadly, it's something I never got to enjoy. Bows and arrows are probably the least interesting part of the archery station. The fun part is going to the archery station during your free time and running into a friend and saying, "Hey, I haven't seen you since breakfast." Breakfast is a really important part of the summer camp experience, huh? Well, yeah, kinda is. We're all sharing breakfast at the same time in the same hall. You get to see everyone. I think I could have been inviting my friends to breakfast this whole time. Only rearranged to meet at an archery station. The arranging is the part that misses the magic. It's, you know, serendipity, but that's a good bit. Right, so you go to summer camp to have serendipitous encounters with your friends? No, I didn't know anyone the first time I went. And how do you serendipitously encounter all these friends? You can't just make friends while you're there. Sounds like hard work, starting from square one. Actually, it's not. Crammed all together at summer camp, you fall into friendships like it's natural. You meet loads of other kids, spend every waking moment with them, then you never see them again. And that's fun? Knowing that you'll lose these friends when you eventually leave? Yeah. You only got a little time together, you'll go all out making the most of that time. Anyway, doesn't look like the ring's here either. Good news is, there's still plenty more ground to cover. That's good news. But if our search radius were a bit smaller, it'd be worse if we didn't have more places to look, right? Not here, no need to keep digging around. You're the first person I met who seems to see good in expiring relationships. I think part of me is afraid that all mine are temporary. The opposite of that is much worse. For example, when someone new moves into your neighborhood, it's like, oh, we should have them for dinner sometime. Sometime is meant to be next week, but then turns into next month. Keep putting it off until eventually you spent years living next door to people you know nothing about. There wasn't a sense of urgency to the relationship, so never evolved past how do you do's, you know? Those people in your life who are always there, take it for granted that they'll never leave, and you get to enjoy the moments you have together. And you wake up and they're gone. The best friendships I've ever had were the ones with a built-in expiration date. You've thought about this a lot. Yeah, yes I have. Is that why you enjoyed going to emo concerts? Sounds like a great opportunity to make a friend, spend a few hours with them, and then never see them again. And it was kind of a one-time thing, really. I usually listen to music when I'm on my own. That was the Fall Out Boy album I listen to every night while I cry to my pillow. Year 8 sucked. Music was that bad, huh? Lyrics made me feel the pain and futility of my own existence. A lot of my early teenage years were filled with that sense that nothing meant anything. I listened to that album, it felt like I was staring into the abyss. Music wasn't bad either. Oh, good. Because taking shots at Fall Out Boy is frightening words. Fighting words. I'm still wondering, like, if the album made you feel like crap, why did you keep coming back to it? I actually enjoyed burying my face in my pillowcase and probably sobbing as I'm overwhelmed by a creeping feeling of like existential angst. I know that some people enjoy a good cry from time to time, but you might enjoy existential angst a little too much. No, you misunderstand me. I said I enjoy burying my face in my pillowcase and always sobbing as I'm overwhelmed by a creeping feeling of existential angst. That's the name of the third track on the album. I generally can't tell if you're lying or not. Lying or simply bull-crapping. If I'm just trying to entertain, then it's not really lying. Maybe parody or satire or plain old storytelling. Satire doesn't work if it's indistinguishable from the truth. The title isn't an obvious exaggeration. I expect that from them. Or if I told you my favorite song of theirs is actually I'm Like a Lawyer with the way I'm always trying to get you off. I assume you were trying to flirt with me because there's no way that's a real song. And you assume it's a flirting attempt. Why? Well, it's suggestive. If I had to describe it in one word, I'd say it's lewd. Ever told you my favorite Fall Out Boy song was In the Doldrums? Rude. Got a dark alley and bad idea that says you should shut your mouth? Rude! Say a scene, it's an arms race? Cute! Our lawyers made us change the name of the song so we wouldn't get sued! Objection! You actually did the objection point. That's all there is to see of the mezzanine. No ring, no bot, so... Sorry I couldn't be more helpful. Don't be silly, help me check all the little nooks and crannies. Besides, you get me company. Frustrated searching becomes a heck of a lot more enjoyable when you're hanging out with an alright guy. Huh, nice. be, yeah. It's a solid theory. You gotta come with, or are we done looking for now? What if we, and hear me out here, what if we did not do that and just looked for him here instead? Then nothing walking for now. You wanna sit down? Nah, this thing's overrated. Getting into leaning against things, it's the new hip thing. You're terrible. Yeah. This place is pretty cool. It's alright. Interesting crowd down there, all types. Which of course means we've got that one guy sporting the blazer hoodie combo. Like, hey, look at me, I'm so cool, but also super chill. Oh, you're one of those guys, huh? Oh, I'm sorry, did I just dunk on your fashion paramour? Nah, those kinds of guys can be real douches. What if he wasn't? He wouldn't be wearing the blazer hoodie combo. Oh no, the blazer hoodie combo is something he has a deep sentimental attachment to. Father left him when he was young, leaving him only his grandfather to look up to as a father figure. The grandfather tragically passed, Blazer Hoodie's older brother took that place. He loved his older brother, who ran track and was the coolest jock in town. Blazer was all they had left of his grandfather, and the hoodie was his brother's last gift before heading interstate for uni. Brother was killed in a sudden car compactor accident that winter, and he never came home from uni. Whenever a boy finds himself feeling lonely, he puts on his grandpa's blazer and his brother's hoodie and goes out to drink to their memory. You've been waiting to use that this whole time? Nah, I just like to think about people's inner lives. What I do on the train. Everyone else is buried in their phones. I'm people watching. Dang. The only way I can get myself out of the house is by telling myself nobody's watching, nobody cares, they're on their own little worlds. And you ruined my day, you brigand. Never walk free again. They don't see you. See whatever they want to project onto you. That guy down there? Maybe he is just a jerk. All we have are our theories. Those reveal more about us than anyone else, don't you think? Never thought a day in my life, and I don't intend on starting now. Clearly. Look, it's easy to play on stereotypes, saying that guy dresses like a worker. Where's the fun in that? People aren't always what they seem. I'm coming up with dark and macabre backstories. It's the worst stuff. Different than the one you just told. Yeah, but don't worry about it. Come on, you wanna... No, I'm not going to. Sorry, it's one of my rules. People find healing in sharing dark thoughts. I don't think I'm great at gauging what's good for me when sharing. I end up oversharing and then I spiral until I'm in a bad place. So, no stories for tonight. Are you wondering if you're allowed to tell? Because I think we're at the point where you shouldn't have to wait for me to ask. My rule isn't to protect the audience, to protect me. Buddy, we're still at the point where there are still questions I'm not going to answer. Oh? It doesn't mean I'm bothered by you asking. I mean, there are always going to be topics that aren't on the table. You won't know until you ask. That's a good way to look at it. Here I was, worried I'd ruin the mood. Never shied from a somber mood. The mood getting dark and serious doesn't mean it's ruined. After all, some people like it dark. Self included. You can't have light without darkness, right? Sounds like a Fall Out Boy lyric to me. Good thinking, though. Do I start every day with my hands in a toaster? Or does the day feel amazing after that? How did he get all the way over there? I grew up north of Brisbane. Don't know where that is. Do you know where the weather is? What the weather is like there? Nope, but I do know that I like talking about the weather to get away from unpleasant topics. Hey Kane, how are you? Welcome. What you doing? Downright tropical. Not a bad day in sight. Good weather all year round. Summer days don't exist for the purpose of this conversation. Some days it'd be bloody gorgeous out, and I'd go for a walk and see nobody out. Just total ghost town. Sounds like a lame place to live. Yeah, kinda. Thing is, without bad weather, there are no good days. Every day is the same. Just boring. Here in Melbourne, nobody squanders a good day. After winter, we're clawing at the walls for a hint of sunshine. And that's your case for dark and melancholy conversation. I mean, if everything's out of 10, it may as well be out of 1. No scale. I think it'd be perfectly fine if I only ever saw the happy parts. Doing well. Curious about this game. Is it like Valhalla but with ghosts? I don't know about Valhalla enough to answer that, but it is more of a like visual novel, if that's what you're asking. Sammy, hello! Yes, I know you from Pixels Chat. Hello, how are you? It's a contradiction, isn't it? People most obsessed with finding happiness always seem to be the most unhappy. Well, duh. So obsessed with pursuing happiness because they themselves don't have it. The opposite of happy isn't sad. I think it's emptiness or general lack of feeling. You know, comfortably numb. Like, clinical depression isn't just about being miserable all the time. You're not in a constant state of sadness, more like a constant state of nothing? Checkers. Didn't want to assume that you would recognize my name. Are you doing well too? Yeah, I'm doing well as well, and good to see you're doing well. A cyberpunk game where you're a bartender serving drinks to cyborg people and talking with them. Well, kind of, I guess. It's just that you're not actually like playing as a bartender. It really is just visual novel in all sense. Like the only times you actually play are when you're like moving around the building trying to find stuff. Other than that, it's really just straightforward story. Also a bunch of talking dogs? Oh. Alright. But you do have talking robots, if that makes sense. Speaking from experience? That's a personal question. And I was hoping for a personal answer. You don't get to wax philosophical about your emotions and suddenly clam up when I'm the one asking you about them. A medical condition goes a little beyond the realm of talking about emotions. Let's just say that I'm no longer medicated. Clinical depression. No longer as in you were at one point? Yes, that was my extremely subtle implication. Great. Let's dance around the subject. I love that. Why make it easy? You really love talking, huh? Is that a complaint? Not at all. Just, you don't come across as quite so outgoing. Wasn't always. What you're seeing are the results of an extensive, self-inflicted deprogramming effort. That's funny. Guess I can kind of see it, but didn't want to assume, given that you're... It's okay. You can say Asian. Trying to deduce my childhood based on stereotypes of second-generation Asian kids, you're not far off. Well, he's really good at checkers. Growing up in a household where being well-behaved was synonymous with being quiet and out of the way, you tend to end up pretty meek. Where did he go? Huh. You talked about Asian parents. I was thinking more about, like, academic achievement. Oh, you're not there either. With many immigrant parents, they want their son to be more successful than they are. My mother was an MD and my father was an OD, and so I'm not quite sure what's supposed to be another level above that. Ugh, sorry about your dad. No, doctor of optometry. It was a big disappointment to my mother's parents, who were hoping their daughter would go for an ophthalmologist instead. What even is that? Wow, that's embarrassing. It sounds like I'm joking, but my family's the strictest of the strict. Like, graduate second in your class and have your mother tell you at graduation that could have been first if you hit the books a bit harder level strict. Dang, walking talking stereotypes. How dare they? Mom never dropped that stuff on me. When her drives her chemotherapy. Oh no, Mom! Oh no! Woof. Can't beat that. What, you mean you don't want to spend the day dwelling on the worst moments of your life? Come on, dredging up childhood traumas is everyone's favorite hobby. Where's your sense of the macabre? Usually I have to pay to dredge up my childhood traumas with someone. Alright, I accept cash, card, and signed photos of Brendan and Yuri. Alternatively, we can just talk about happy things instead. How do you like cats? Oh, cats are jerks. Agreed. Much for happy thoughts. But they are happy thoughts. Cats may hate me and I may hate them, but I like looking at them. That's probably my spiciest take. While I was enjoying the easy wrapper he's found with Hannah, something rare and precious. With that thought came this sudden sense of panic at the idea of losing this feeling. Losing... Oh? You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'd have been uneasy on my feet there for a second. Place it kinda does a number on you. You can say that again. Place kinda does a number on you. It was a lie. Anxiety in his chest, clawing at his lungs, wasn't an affliction brought on by his presence in the cafe. Fear of loss made him just like the rest of the patrons. And we're getting deep into this, huh? Sorry I've wasted so much of your time. What? You don't have to apologize for that. If you're spending my time, then guess I'm spending yours too. For a moment, the two said nothing, simply enjoying each other's company. Hey, are you... Shh. You hear it? Hear... it? Oh, the robot! Hello! Is this your ring? That's the one! Oh. Great, guess we're done here then. Yeah, great. See you around? Sure, see you around. Juan watched her go, regretting how quickly he dismissed her. Mind raced, searching for an excuse to call her back and continue their conversation. Was he meant to yell something like, "Hey, you've got spaghetti on your sweater"? Every step she took, the warmth in him faded, so she was gone and he was left empty and cold. Dang it. And that's the story of how they became friends, I guess. Or at least the start of it. Unless there's actually more. Is there actually more? Oh yeah, there is. Alright. Took a while. John loved darts. People were hard to understand, but a dartboard was simple, circles and squares, and a sharp little missile thrown barehanded by him. A self-proclaimed dartist. He'd honed his skills on school nights while his parents were too engrossed in their work to pay attention to him. It was a relatively quiet game when played skillfully, so never made enough sound to draw their ire. What started as a distraction was now a secret love. Secret because what self-respecting teenager played darts? He was not a self-respecting teenager. Not in the slightest. Yo. Hey, haven't seen you since breakfast. Oh, you remembered. Oh, hey. You know that would only make sense if we'd actually have breakfast together, right? Shut up. Some kind of chain-smoking darts hustler? I wish. So you're not gonna teach me how to play? Not really any good. You just hit 2 bullseyes in a row. Yeah, that's the problem. Each segment of the board is worth a different number of points. Start with a fixed number of points, usually 501 or 301, then you throw the darts and deduct the amounts from your number. The trick is... wow, all my interest is gone, instantly. How'd you get so good at that? Practice. It's full extent of my darts knowledge anyway, so not missing out on anything. Besides, there are far more interesting things around here than the dartboard. More interesting than a dartboard? This day just gets better and better. Follow me. Where are we off to? What is it they say? Show, don't tell? Ooh, that was a cool shot. Oh, it's this place. Little train station thing. Where are you off to? This isn't our final destination. I have something cooler to show you. You're talking about what's at the end of that catwalk? I've been there before. Came in that way, actually. Catwalk's not interesting. Where are you going? Going down. Alright! Think you're funny? Often. But you know when you just want to eject yourself from a conversation? And you find yourself in a social situation you can't wait to get out of? Wow. Rude. No, I never got the chance to make those big grand exits that I'm always dreaming about. Sometimes you just gotta seize the moment or whatever. You'd rather make a dramatic exit than keep talking? I allow myself to do it sometimes. That's a treat. So now what? Making a grand exit wasn't the only reason I jumped down here. Oh, so that stunt wasn't the main attraction? You want something interesting? I'm just trying to deliver. What are you pointing to? You can jump down. You don't have the feet of an athlete. Bend your knees when you land. It'll soften the landing. The impact force will travel from your feet through your hip bone. You're real eloquent when you've got a captive audience, aren't you? Yes, young cricket, don't lock your knees. And what you say? The less inclination I have to listen. Talking paragraphs, my dude. Whatever. Up! Method works. And the robot's here too, apparently. Oh, what's this little guy doing here? They're a little weight loss that make up for the lack of employees in the cafe. They're all different. Love it. You think it climbed down here on its own? Not outside the realm of possibility. I won't bother it. Try and stop me. Poke. We probably shouldn't mess with it. You sure? Someone probably left it here for a reason, and now they're gonna come looking for it and find out that someone booped it. How would you feel if you were booped by a giant fleshy creature? What? I'm just saying, this is a weird spot to find a robot. Might have been put here to do a specific job. I think it's bored. We take it with us. I really think we shouldn't. Fine. This what you wanted to show me? Nah, this is still the journey. Oh, cool. We'll get there soon enough. Is it safe for us to be down here? Doesn't matter, we're young, indestructible. What, because we're young we have to take risks? If the danger exists, I simply close my eyes and pretend not to see it. For real though, I don't think there's anything down here that hasn't already been stripped for parts. We probably won't trip into a giant shredder or anything. Or be crushed by giant bouncing logs. See one coming, I'll pretend that I don't, so you can enjoy the surprise. So thoughtful. Come on. That's when there's a rotten egg! I don't even know where we're going. Watch your step, you don't want to trip. Can you just say something about ignoring danger? I mean, I'm not an idiot. But it fooled me. Rude. Actually, given the amount of jagged, rusted metal I'm seeing around here, we should probably be at least a little careful. Anna? Oh jeez. She ran really far ahead, didn't she? Oh boy! What are you doing up there? Be careful. Looks safe to me. You never know what could be unstable or ready to collapse. I just look in the mirror for that. Okay, but for real. Why'd you bring me here if you were just gonna chaperone me to death? Not at our final destination yet. That's in Super Smash Brothers. Well, then what are we hanging around here for? That is very dangerous. What's dangerous around here? Did I get a rusty metal? Tetanus, probably? I'm not gonna poke through your shoes, hopefully, but try not to land on it with your face. Noted. I'm being too much. I should know it at this point that I'm very bad at evaluating risk. Wow, really? An apology down here. Gonna have double tetanus by the time we leave. Not aiming for triple tetanus. I'm gonna keep my expectations modest. What are they even looking for? Wait, is that the ocean? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. What's behind door number 3? After the load screen. Man, these side stories really are about the length of an entire chapter, aren't they? Honestly expecting a little less than that, but... Oh, a tunnel. I see. This is meant to be more interesting. I have bad news for you. It always tells its own story. Well, it's too dark to read. There's just nothing happening here. Why isn't anyone taking the time to make this place nicer? Even the interior designer was into rustic industrial. There's no accounting for taste. What a cop-out. No accounting for taste? Hey, the human mind is complex. How am I supposed to know? Human mind is complex. Okay, Einstein. Well, actually, Einstein was primarily a physicist, not a neuroscientist. Wow, you must kill at parties. Yeah, chicks dig me. Guess I can see it. Careful, don't hurt yourself. Do I look like someone who was worried about hurting himself? Looking more like one of those tour guides who has to walk backwards everywhere. They're not known for being prone to accidents, are they? You never know. I had a friend who was touring in unit campuses. This guide was so distracted by walking and talking that he toppled right into a fountain. And what's more? And you toppled onto a robot. Oh, okay, just laugh at him. Don't say you told me so. Shouldn't laugh, but, well, here I am. Laughing. At you. Great job, little buddy. Can I pet this one? Yeah, I guess. Aw, that's cute. Hi! He just scurries away. Why'd you do that? Why did I do what? Tell me it was okay to pet him! Oh, you wanted to pet him. Yeah, but I wanted to, but I wasn't asking for your permission. I didn't even hurt you, probably. It looked like it went right around your finger. You just seemed really bothered when I said not to touch them. The other times, I mean. Didn't need your permission. I was asking your opinion. You know, since you seem to be such an expert on this place. Like, hey, any risk associated with what I'm about to do, help me make an informed decision. Imagine my utter shock when I actually listened to you for once and literally get bitten from my troubles. I'm sorry. You okay? Fine. Fine. Didn't want to disappoint you by saying it would be a bad idea. Stop being a coward. Tell me what you think, not what you think I want to hear. I'm sorry. You're forgiven. The little milk bottle crap isn't. Pinching jerk. That little milk bottle crap tripped me first. Yeah, and it was hilarious. I hope you've at least learned the dangers of backwards walking and talking. You have, but how about you? Definitely not. Ladies and Hannah, we've reached the final stop of this nondescript hallway. Really gonna keep saying nondescript, Mr. Doesn't Know the Thesaurus? Dull, barrel, boring, boom. No better adjective in my nondescript opinion. Ever read any Lovecraft? Half his monsters were so scary that his narrators couldn't describe them. Really took the easy route with that one. Who did? Lovecraft. Wait, that was his real name? Yeah. No wonder he was like that. What else would a guy with that name be known for? Crafting? Love? Minecraft? You got me. They emerged into a storeroom, shelf stacked with dusty jars full of mysterious glowing liquids. Anna wondered, briefly, if any of their contents were edible. Yes, of course, that is the first thing that should be on your mind. Oh, why are these all the way out here? I'm reading the labels. Can't read whatever language that is. Latin. Visual flux there, smarty pants. I have an ad hoc understanding of Latin, words, phrases, etc. I'm going to kick your butt. You would be so well justified in doing so. What were you holding onto that hilarious Latin joke for? Since I read it on the internet. I want to understand the lyrics of One Winged Angel! No, not so! I was doing a bit of research. Latin nerds love their wordplay. Did you actually read any of these labels? None of them say Sapphire. Oh my gosh. But no, all I can tell you is that if you see Memento Mori, you probably shouldn't drink it. That Latin word for poison? Remember your mortality. Well, I'm very aware of my mortality, thanks. Why the obsession with this particular song? From a video game. When you play with your friends? Nah, single player. Not very good at connecting with my peers. And I thought we were connecting pretty well. You think we're peers? But it's because it appears you're out of my league. Aw, shucks. It's true. 3 cheers for low standards. Anna's eyes sparkled when she laughed, and for once, Tuan struggled to feel anything but warm. Yo, check out that one. That is a rock? Oh, I told you already, I can't read it. Yeah, but look at it. Looks like there's something trapped inside. Creepy. Did we do something about it? Why are you asking me? Oh. He's moving off the shelf. Whatever's in it wants to get out. Not sure it's a good idea to mess with this stuff. What if it's a genie or something? Oh no, is that the sound of impending litigation? I can't stop you either way. Oh! Little ball of light. Thank you. Warm glow suffused them both, and in a heartbeat was gone. Did you hear that? I think so. I think we did something we shouldn't have. We, two hands touched that jar and they were both yours. Or at least an accomplice. I get the feeling we unleashed something. Got that impression as well. Was it a mistake? Got a shatter on the ground anyway. Don't really think we had changed the outcome of the situation. Well, even if we did set an evil spirit free, I'm glad we came here. Glad we came here too. You ever get that feeling like you've already committed to a decision? You're not yet sure if it'll lead to something great or something painful? Still talking about the jar? Yes, definitely. Let's get a move on. There are final destinations right through here. Oh. Train station? Oh, train station in the sky. Of course. Tuan's heartbeat thundered in his ears. Afraid of heights? I think it's perfectly natural to be a bit spooked when confronted with something that could be lethal. Lethal? Oh. Teleports right back. Nothing to be afraid of. Scared me for a sec there, hotshot. Oh yeah? Not an absence when she withdrew her hand. I thought to myself, hope he's falling for me. This isn't exactly what I had in mind. Like, it doesn't seem pleasant. Fall, I mean. Why jump if you don't have to? Gut-wrenching fear that only lasts for a few seconds. You get used to it. I can only imagine. What I want to know is why you felt compelled to do it in the first place. Just wanted to feel something. Sometimes horror movies just aren't enough. I get it. Yeah, it's just, you know, like I said earlier, better to feel something than nothing sometimes. Is that downtown? I think so. I don't really catch the train into town that often. I don't recognize anything specific, but the R is there, so the rest of the city must be here. B2. Reckon anyone can see us from down there? Don't know. It looks so different from up here. Yeah. Feels lived in. Most cities do. That's why they're cities. People live there. Some cities just seem sterile, you know? Housing estates and golf courses and toll roads on a grid. Everyone commuting to their office job in a skyscraper that's the same as all the other ones. This one's pretty to look at. Is it safe to sit there? Look, if I can step off this platform, it would be crazy for me to shy about letting my legs dangle over the edge. Sitting here like this, Ryan Tuan of being 7 and swinging his legs daringly over a balcony's edge with his friends. He got yelled at for it because it was dangerous, but the association stuck. It's been a long time since he felt so carefree. At a glance, Melbourne sprawl seemed vivid and meticulously detailed. The more he tried to pick out individual features, the more his vision blurred. From up here, everything ran together like unmixed paint. Everything was just an indistinct part of a larger whole. I ought to be able to see my house from here. But I can't. Actually, I can't recognize anything. Now it's Melbourne, but it feels like a dream. You think we're dreaming? I think it might be. You'd be a figment of my imagination. Thinking it was the other way around. Those is all about perspective. Considering how many dreams end with the sensation of falling, it's certainly an appropriate place for it to end. I don't really want it to. Me neither. You just brought me here for us to stare longingly into each other's eyes. We could have just stayed down in the cafe. Just enjoying the view. Very funny. When are you going to hurry up and make a move? No. What took you so long? Or easier to say something clever than say something sincere. Oh? Not gonna do anything else? I lied to you earlier. About what? Remember when I told you about my mom's leukemia diagnosis? I was 13 years old and my dad left us because of it? Yeah, I remember. It wasn't the whole truth. He wasn't the one who got the diagnosis. Oh, is it gonna be her? His hair isn't mine. 6 months of chemo wasn't kind to me. I felt like a fraud every time I wore someone else's hair, so I want this from a costume shop. If I was gonna lie to the world about having hair, it may as well be something dazzling. You say something? Please? This is not a surprise. You only make fun of people when it's trivial stuff. I started cracking wise about cancer. I started getting that inkling that it wasn't about someone else. That obvious, huh? Not at first. I feel like I've gotten to know you well enough by now. You interrupted something. Yeah. I was going to... I know. Still want to, Sorry, mood's dead. My fault. Need to reset the scene. How about we go for a walk? I think that'd help. As the last vestiges of the terminal faded into the distance, Tuan realized they were entering a world of their own construction. There were no rules here. They were well and truly free from everything else. They didn't know what they were walking towards. In the end, did it really even matter? And there's the train. For a fleeting moment, Tuan felt oddly at peace despite everything, and entrusted him with their true self. With affirmation came fear. Fear of what came next. The moment after that, the one after that. Closed his eyes, suddenly finding it hard to breathe. And a gentle touch on his back pulled him back into reality. Are you okay? I'm fine. Just an anxiety attack. Don't worry about me. Just? Was it the height from sitting on the edge? No, they never happen when I'm there. Never. And when everything's fine, everything's safe. When everything's good, I know it only takes one bad moment to bring the whole house of cards crashing down. Was it what I said before? Not what you said. What I didn't say. What didn't you say? I knew. I've known cosplayers. I can recognize a good wig. You knew? Yes. And I've had the courage to keep talking to you otherwise. Best friendships I've ever had were the ones with the built-in expiration date. Yeah. Okay. I think I get it now. All Tuan saw in her eyes was betrayal. That what I am to you? A girl with an expiration date? Not you, it's me. There used to people being transient in my life. It wasn't so scary to talk to you with. I'm sorry, I brought you here because I wanted to feel normal for just one night. I wanted that too. Leave everything behind and feel normal, even if only for a few hours. And I did. Thank you, Hannah. Tuan felt them teetering on the brink of something. What was she feeling? Same dread? Same longing? Tuan felt Hannah shaking in his arms, hot tears soaking through the fabric of his shirt. Not just her tears. He realized he was crying with her. Tuan wished a train would pull up to the platform to whisk him away, so he'd never have to return home. He knew Hannah felt the same way. But that's not how life worked. Are you ready? As long as it's with you. Just don't let go. And his fingers dug into his skin in the first terrifying seconds. Couldn't blame her. Upside down, falling like a rock towards the center of Melbourne, Juan saw something new in Hannah's eyes. Even as though the wind had stolen their words, leaving only silence. They walked in lockstep, each dragging their feet. I don't think we can walk any slower. Try me. I can do this all day. Came out tonight looking for something very specific. Yeah. Yeah. Not sure that's me. I think it might be. But if it's not, I guess I'm okay with that too. First glance, Tuan thought the shelves of jars were just thrown together afterthoughts, nothing more than a forgotten mess. I realized that each jar seemed perfectly created for its contents, as if they were made for each other. And it seemed far away, perhaps also thinking of the jars. Perhaps of something else entirely. You think I'm carrying around a lot of pain, don't you? Aren't it too, after all this? But it's not you. I've been thinking about myself. You seem you were carrying a lot of pain, not because you did anything to make me think that. It's easier to cope when I assume everyone else is going through the same stuff as I am. That said, I reckon I figured out something about you. You like me. No way, I thought this hand-holding business was strictly platonic. I want my money back. Just give you a new piece of information, you dingus. Hey, did you expect me to do some flowery "I like you anyway" speech? Because that's not really my thing. You've got baggage. It's part of who I am. I don't get to pick and choose. And that's okay. I like you. I like all of you, Hannah. Every little thing that's ever happened to you has shaped you into the person standing next to me. And I really, really like that person. You're right. I don't get to pick and choose. So when I say I like all of you, I want you to know that I mean it. You're not the first person who's ever told me something like that before. You're the first person I've believed. The worst way to lie to someone is to tell them what you think they want to hear. Yeah, you get it. That's cute. Well, this is a cool image. Are you ready to do this? I'm ready, as long as you're doing it with me. Don't let go. On waited for the moment he knew was coming, transformed to fade as all spirits did upon leaving the terminal. But neither of them did they? But the moment never came, and there she was on the other side, her warm fingers intertwined with his. Are you... I'm still here. Going for my last round of chemo tomorrow. Are you gonna hurry up and kiss me already? Yeah, let's go. Awesome. Now we're back here. That was cute. And I know I can see the side story. I'm going to do that like right now. I expected them to be a bit short, that I would at least be able to do both of them and then get to a main story, but it's like I only have the one, so... where's Samantha? You were not where I thought you were. I know you were over there. Where'd you go? Alright then, Right, well they're not there. Guess in that case I'll just go ahead and do a new chapter. Guess we are going to get to a main chapter today. Alright. Guess I'll do the other one tomorrow then. Or next time. Because I'm not streaming tomorrow. Why did I say tomorrow? Hello, Shay. What you doing? 10 p.m. Hello? Oh, what was that? Said, can I get 2 lattes? Yeah, sure thing. You want those takeaway or not? Over here, please. Go take a seat, I'll bring it over. Yeah, crap. You alright, mate? Yeah, all good. Really get Ashley to do this. Sorry, what? Nothing, just talking to myself. Alright. Where's the broom? Ashley, where's the broom? Ashley? Need a hand. Come help me. Come on, I've gotta find a broom. Atta girl. What's up, Ashley? Hey, are any of your friends around? Probably. Spider! What? Why did you teach them to do that? I didn't. That was just weird. How you doing, kiddo? Sleep deprivation's kicking in. Sometimes I feel like nobody ever sleeps in this cafe. Except Kashan. Slept a whole lot while he's been here, hasn't he? But you keep getting him drunk. Well, I haven't done that once. Not you. I mean, you. Oh, not me at all, but Maddie and Ned. Gotcha. Those brigands. You're telling me. How's Maddie doing? Well... Whew. How close are we to being done? Fairly close. I'm not super worried about getting it done without Ashley either. Rad. Anyway, what were you saying? Oh, just that I think I understand everything now. And that's all. Well, I appreciate your restraint and not generously supplying me with your moral take on it. No worries. Don't want to be that guy. Dang, I'm actually gonna miss you once you're gone. Are those some honest feelings coming from you? Doth thy icy facade crack? Does Maddie seem like the kind of person who hides behind a mask? The correct word there is dost, and please don't make me take it back. Guess you really got into whole boatman of the River Styx thing, huh? If you ever find yourself on the River Styx, be sure to give the boatman or the barista a friendly wave. Is that what you think I am? Kind of, yeah. Interesting. You not feel that way? I don't know if the metaphor is that accurate, but I can see why you draw parallels, but this place serves more as an entrance? You don't have to come here on your way to the next place, but it's on the route for sure. There's a stopping point on the highway to heck. I'm sorry, we don't allow AC/DC references in here anymore. Manny wouldn't admit to it anymore, but once you spend an entire day listening to Back in Black on repeat. Well, I tried. Well, that's not a highway, and we're just an embouchure to the Empyrean. Want to get real fancy with the wording, that is. Entrance to heaven? Very roughly speaking, yeah. But heck, I haven't seen the other side, so can't even say that for sure. Fairly certain there's something there, though. Which, I don't know. I can take comfort in that, I guess. Oh, and speaking of comfort, how are you feeling? Like every particle in my body is slowly moving away from every other particle in my body? That was rather eloquent. Expressing your feelings eloquently doesn't make them more valid, but can make them easier for other people to understand. What use is feeling pain if you can't find a fun way to describe it? 11 p.m. My head freaking hurts! It sucks and stuff! Keep telling you, the painkillers will take effect in a few minutes. I'm not gonna stop yelling about it until they do! You know, some philosophers believe that experiencing pain is one of the best ways to make sure you know that you're alive. Jay's met some of these guys, he swears it. He's had too much time to forget their names. Sounds fake. Which philosophers? Famous ones? Oh my gosh, you're actually just making it up. Possibly. Just said it better. Maybe that's some famous singer said it instead. Cross that generational gap. You gotta appeal to the kids! I feel like every time we do that, it just ends up looking like one of those old guys who's afraid of wide-ranging societal shifts. Jay spent so much time being an old guy that he's begun doubting whether he was ever really young. I mean, you are old. I'm not. I'm like 6,000 years old. You gotta give me this one. Fine. How's your head feeling? Still sucks. Now we grab a drink and go sit outside. Nice and cool out there. You don't have to. Yep. How are you feeling now? Better. Marginally. Things existing at the margins still deserve attention. Come on, I'm sure the drink isn't hurting. What even is this? I have put 6 sugars in it? Oh, you know me so well. So, how are things at home? What's that translate to in old people language? Things are normal, I guess. Mom's nearly done with their PhD. Sounds good. Is, probably. Pretty busy, so that means we're stuck eating microwave dinners at night. Ashley's parents have been forbidding her from tinkering with the microwave after the magnetron incident. Explains why you've barely left this place since last week. I mean, I'd be here anyway. True. You did ask her, right? What if I could be here? Oh, what? If I could be here? Yeah, I don't want to invoke her wrath, do I? She doesn't worry about me being here. Remember when she talked to Maddie about liquor licensing laws, right? Don't you love it when the government offers to sell you rights back to you after they've confiscated them? I think it was more of a lecture than a conversation. After all, Maddie wasn't doing anything wrong aside from letting you hang around after hours. Well, amazed that Maddie didn't just tell her that we're not technically subject to the regulations since we're not registered with anyone but the council. I made the right choice. I would have been an ugly argument. I mean, she's fine with me being here. Got my mobile number. As long as I respond to her check-ins, she's not gonna come and get me. Good. I don't want to worry her. Wonderful. Hmm? My arm will get wet. Don't worry about it. We can dry it off inside. Just try and enjoy the rain. Okay. I was joking about fake philosophy earlier, but I do think it's important to take a moment to enjoy things when you can. Rain can feel oppressive. It can stop you from going outside, doing the things you enjoy. There's nothing like the smell of rain before sunrise. Richard? Yeah, it's faintly magical. Did I ever tell you that? Only about 100 times. You can hear it 101 times. It's okay. Alright, I'm actually getting kind of wet. Let's head in. So, given the fact that I'm very obviously a dork with a bleeding heart, it's definitely safe to assume that I've let people other than you stay longer than they're technically allowed. So emotionally repressed that I never could have guessed. It's actually impressive. Well, you know, we all have our ways of coping with persistent extreme stress. Millennial things. Why don't all these poor kids just buy more money? Yep. Yes, I do understand how you feel. Separation, difficulty keeping your thoughts together, this little feeling that something's slightly askew. The fact, not the feeling, that your time is up. Never love facts. Me neither. Honestly, I think it feels like having a cold just without any of the physical symptoms. Guess that description works too. Not quite as compelling as the one about your particles being repulsive, though. Well, that's definitely not what I meant by that one. Isn't it? It's about time. I can't believe I created these beautiful creatures and turned them into dumb waiters. Alas, such is life. Gotta pay rent somehow, considering how many cups they drop. It's a feature, not a bug. Make them seem more alive. Without them to intentionally drop coffee cups in the name of verisimilitude. You'd hate for your little mechanical critters to be too good at their job. You'd totally kill the vibe. Maybe? I'm gonna get Maddie to start ordering cheaper cups. They are promoting efficiency in our procurement cycles. Eat whenever they give you that management book. I'm sensing some hostility. I need to talk to HR. Who's our human resources manager? He's very good at his job, not just fussing coffee. Oh? Maddie wants us downstairs. Oh, I suppose she's done setting up. I thought she was able to do it without me. Gosh, so proud. Taught her everything I know. You are a gremlin, you know that? Gremlins are often blamed for mechanical problems, so in Ashley's case, the description fits perfectly. Of course. Shall we? Oh boy, what's going on down here? AM basement. It's really damp down here. I know we're underground, but don't suppose there are any windows we could open? There's a ventilation duct in here somewhere. Maddie, mind opening it up, getting some fresh air circulating? Well, the end's blocked right now. There's a dumpster sitting on top of it. You have to grin and bear it. This is the little prologue opening. Well, hurry this up. You've done this before, old man. Some people think Shay is wise beyond his years. Truth is, he just doesn't look his age. I know it takes a while to set up. Don't appreciate your tone. Sorry. At the very least, can we turn on some lights? The crap you've got scattered around the place. There's more important things to do than declutter the cafe. I think to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Ashley, would you mind? Yeah, this is the opening. Wait, why is Ned here? I thought he was against this kind of thing. More organized than last time, I see. Ugh. Practice makes perfect. Keeping a place organized is easy. You just have to clean a little bit every single day. Just... Hey, Maddie. How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Great. Now... Shay? What's up, little P? Some people use diminutive nicknames to create emotional distance. Shay uses them to close that distance. Found you a chair. Thank you. So, this whole thing really is not legal, yeah? Yes, the council found it confronting. Good reason, I suppose, because it utterly upsets the natural order. Mate, not just bureaucracy. Grants power that be willing to turn a blind eye, but patience and leniency are both in limited supply these days. Just you. Most rules can be bent, after all. Ugh. Maddie has a particular fascination with breaking rules. She says that the only reason she learned the rules is so that she would know when to break them. She's only half joking. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Ugh. It's related to her gambling for time. So, the transfer? Same sort of magic we're doing now, yes. Council successfully suppressed all available information about it, though. Suppressing information doesn't make it go away. It just hides it from the odds of people who lack the curiosity and persistence to uncover it. For good reason. What happens if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. Or again, after you fail, for that matter. What do you even call this sort of magic, then? Question's irrelevant, because it's banned. Strictly verboten, off limits, and it can be met with harsh penalty. Extremely cool. That's what I call it. By definition, conduit ritual. Rituals are boring. It's consequences that you have to worry about. Hey, we're among friends. We can call it what it really is. Necromancy. Quick sip break? All those hours are in this tree. Why'd you hoard the hours here instead of using them to pay off your debt? When I use them to pay off a debt, I could use to save a life instead. Oh, crap. Alright. How can I help? Will the subject please step forward? Council Gazette. Regret to inform you of the passing of Shay Wu, a beloved fixture of the Australian alchemical community, and owner of the terminal. As an innovator in alchemy and material spellcraft, as a friend to anyone and everyone who walked through his doors, he will be missed. Best compliment a man like Shay could ask for. You ready to do this again? Sure. Trying to kill me this time? Cool. Ashley, let's do this. Ready when you are. I hate this. You have reservations? The natural store hours in a non-sentient being like that. Still feel pain, and this is a very painful process. For everyone involved. Yeah? Yeah. It's time for us to watch the show. See how badly this can go wrong. Yay! Calcination. Solution. Separation. Conjunction. Putrefaction. Congelation. Libation. Sublimation. Fermentation. Exaltation. Multiplication. Projection. Conjunction. Good enough? Ashley? Everything is nominal on my end. Looking good, so let's get started. Increase power to 80%. Libation. Holding steady. Cool. Next segment. Activating. How are we doing? Going fine. Conjunction's about halfway open. Just concentrate. Having some issues here. Hey, we need more power. Yep, ramping it up. Don't know if this will melt our conduits though. Oh crap. Yep, our conduits are definitely melting. Ashley, language. Frick! Bypass it. I can patch the wires, but I don't know what else I can do that now. On it. How close are we to finishing the subation? About 90%. Uh-oh. Crap. Are we gonna try again? I think I have to reinforce the wires and that'll fix it. Yes. We're gonna keep going until we make it through. Do or die. Reset. Then, and start again. Calcination. Separation. Conjunction. Libation. Not again. Just a couple seconds more. And you've got it. Yes. Beginning sublimation. You got this, Maddie. What's next? Open the connection. Now all I've got to do is transfer the time. How are you feeling, Shay? Don't know. Shay? Uh-oh. Sublimation. No! Okay, we won't stop. We've gone this far. I'm not giving up now, dang it. Maddie? Hold on to it. It's slipping out of my fingers. Energy levels are dropping again. If you can keep it going for just a few more moments. Rerouting. We could try it again? I don't plan on stopping. I think the conduit's only gonna last one more go, then it's kaput. Maybe you're kaput too. I don't know. Crap. Alright, Ashley, take your position again. We'll get it this time. Stop. Stop. No, I've nearly got it, I swear. You're not going to bring me back. No. You did this enough. You've done your best, but this task is beyond you. I need to move on. Time to make your peace with this instead of trying to pervert the natural course of things. You never asked me if I wanted to stay. You just made the choice for me, and Hurt yourself and everyone around you in the process. Let me leave. Oh man. Jacoby, you're a gosh dang bin chicken is what you are. What? No way. Crabs don't eat sushi or garbage. You don't know that? Yeah, well, you know what does eat sushi and garbage? Just Threskiornis maluka, otherwise known as the Australian bin chicken. If you find that term offensive, we're actually white ibises. Aha! Huh. Incriminated yourself there. I expect nothing less from a bin chicken. Dang it. Okay, so moving on. Basic misdirection. No, seriously, did you see what happened back there? Yeah, that was rough. Yes, that thing with the ritual was also tough to watch. We weren't here when Shay died, but remember, they just behaved like nothing had happened. Oh? My impression was that neither of them had ever remotely considered the possibility of failure. Idiots. Yes, but we're only here because of them, so we should be respectful. Seems to me like nobody in this cafe really seems to think things through. Yep. This place has a weird effect on people. Too much magic in the air, maybe. Eh, who knows? Will they be okay? I don't know how I'd forgive something like that. Being kept here against my will while my very essence breaks down. Is that what I believe kids these days called a party foul? Honestly, I don't know. I think Maddie probably has some self-reflection to do. Oh boy. We're saps, aren't we? Now we're back, and now we're down in this little basement area. Oh, sometimes I just sit. Let's see, how many things are in this one? There's 2 there. Let's see. Anything else in particular? I must open after reading something. Otherwise I don't see a way out. But alright, this only has 2 it looks like. Sometimes I just sit. Jay came down the stairs and noticed that Kashan was still seated at the counter, staring into a glass of something. It's a mixed drink of some kind, but it didn't look like coffee to Shay. You mind company? Said Shay, leaning on the seat next to Kashan. By all means, said Kashan. See anyone else using that seat? Well, you might have been using it as a buffer. Not looking for conversation, but I'm not really looking to avoid it either. That makes 2 of us, said Shay. Leaned across the counter and reached down, locating a cup and a bottle purely by touch from a familiar nook in the bar. Pour himself a finger of whiskey, just enough to warm his tongue. Sean continued staring into his own drink, his expression unwavering. Jay shrugged and sampled his own, feeling the warmth of the drink as the whiskey spread across his tongue and trickled down his throat. Put the glass down. The next few moments passed in silence, as Sean continued staring into his own glass, and Jay absentmindedly turned his empty glass on the counter. Sean finally broke the silence. "You're waiting for me to finish off this drink so you can offer me some kind of whatever that is? You might be waiting a long time," said Kashan. "I wouldn't offer you this. A special bottle. Older than I am. Something like that ought to be kept in private, don't you think?" Shay shrugged. "I have no problem with letting people sample it if they want it. The bottle has a way of never running empty. But a whiskey like this, you don't just get it by sitting there passively. You have to at least take the step of asking for it. It only gives when people are expecting to get. If I offer, it won't work. Sounds like you have a bottle that is in the business of filling people's subconscious prophecies." "That does seem to be the case," said Shay. "Try to think about it. That juju. Juju? Is that a real thing here? Real thing here as it is anywhere." John looked contemplative for a moment. "If the bottle is in the business of fulfilling people's expectations, what happens if I expect you to pour me a drink and find the bottle empty? Don't." Jay cutting him off. "Don't even get me thinking about it. Because if I start thinking about it, it might happen. Got a good thing going here. Don't jinx it." "Alright. Sorry if I mess with your mojo. Or juju or whatever it is. I didn't mean to break anything. Not as fragile as that. This is the first time I've had this conversation. Just why play with fire if you don't have to, you know? I think I will have some of that whiskey. Lord knows I'm not making any progress with this." I did the drink in front of him and pushed it aside. He smiled and reached behind the counter for another glass, pouring a single finger for Kashan. Kashan took a sip. "That's smooth," he said. "I know. They don't make them like they used to. Well, they do, but they'll take a few more decades to get there." John cleared his throat and started coughing. Found his chest with his fist and let out a wheeze before setting down. "You alright?" said Shay. "Yeah," said Kashan. "I think I'm alright." Whatever rut Kashan had been in when he sat down, he seemed to be out of it by now. Something about dry whiskey that had a way of catching people's throats by surprise, and there was something about a coughing fit that had a way of getting butterflies out of the stomach. Maybe it wasn't much, but it was something. Jay smiled as he put away the bottle, giving an affectionate pat as he sat down. Well, in this case of postmortem depression in the world. Good job, Peppy. That one's cool. Alright then, Judgment 2. Did I read Judgment 1? Really, I did, right? That one. Where's the other one? Okay, so I don't think I got Judgment 1. Where's Judgment 1 then? I don't want to look through this one more time, just in case. Fishman, Crispo, Journal, the Operation, Billiards, Beth, all please. Modern Spirit. Nope. Haven't seen Judgment yet. Probably we're out by the whatchamacallit. Oh, hey. Just go over here apparently. Alright. Oh. Wants to live forever. Alright then, let's take a look at this one. Pressure machine's acting up again. Maddie sighed. Does it have to be like this? It doesn't have to be like this, said Shay. You're right. It wasn't always like this. Travel back in time far enough, you'll find an era when we had a working espresso machine. If you travel even further back, you'll get to a time when espresso machines didn't exist. Annie reached below the counter for the bottle of Chardonnay she had opened that morning. It's half empty. Is this the prelude to one of those moments where an old man tells me about how lucky we are to have things so easy? Nah, said Shay. Things aren't easier. In fact, they're harder. That's why you need all the modern technology to help deal with them. Shay nodded to the wine bottle in Maddie's hand. Did I just say Maddie? And so are you gonna offer me some of that, or just keep squeezing its neck like you're trying to choke it? And he began pouring a drink for Shay. What were things like back in the old days? Well, for one thing, we didn't need glasses back then. Glasses are not a new invention, old man. I've seen pictures of Benjamin Franklin. Well, yeah, we had glasses back then, but we didn't use them. Drank straight from the bottle. Har har. No, really. Glasses are just one more thing to keep track of. One more thing to clean. So much easier to just pass a bottle back and forth. That may be the case, said Maddie, but I'm sure our patrons appreciate the extra effort that goes into making sure they're always drinking from clean glasses. Sure they do. That's another thing that's changed. Everyone's a connoisseur of whatever they're drinking. That you finger-wagging about how young people have all particular tastes? No, at least I don't think it is. These people are all enjoying the present moment more. Back when we drank sock juice, we were just doing whatever it took to get that stimulant into your bloodstream. Ditto for most depressants. Do I want to know what sock juice is? Because I'm fairly certain I don't. We didn't have coffee filters back then. We'd use the sock instead. Or we always used clean socks whenever they were available. I closed her eyes, looking physically ill. Saying something about people enjoying the present moment, before that thoroughly awkward digression about how you made coffee. Yeah. I know there's this stereotype about how in modern society no one is ever really present, but if anything, I feel like it's the other way around. Nowadays, people are all about enjoying the present moment. They used to be way more obsessed with where they were going than where they were migrating to. In a manner of speaking, let's just say I'm amazed how few people these days come in here asking questions about heaven and heck. 100 years ago, if you call someone on their way out of this world, the first thing they'd want to know was, which place is this? After they found out they were on a temporary stop to the next place, they'd want to know where it was they were going. There's still plenty of that. Yeah, but a lot less of it. No, I don't think it was a case of people's priorities suddenly changing when they found themselves standing on the precipice. There are people who used to describe themselves as God-fearing. It's just part of life. Now it's not. He shrugged. People found more important things to worry about. There was a lot going on back then. Took a sip of Chardonnay. Good thing I'm going to live forever. Worried to go to heck? Heck yes, said Shay. Done way too much studying to ever make it into heaven. Done more good than ill for the world. I'm pretty sure that balances it out. Probably have a positive balance. Nah. I think it works like that. Pretty sure I'm just a bad person who happens to do good things most of the time. It might not be good enough for heaven, but it's good enough for me. Guess it is a good thing that you're going to live forever. Aw. That's cute. Let's see. Oh, we're in this basement. Alright, that's the cellar. Alright, let me go back out to the whatchamacallit. Wait a minute, this is Judgment 1. I never got this one? Really? Huh. Alright, well, guess we'll take a read on this one. Unless this was just one that wasn't available before. Now it is. Oh, that's a really cool perspective thing. He sat in the corner of the cafe with the book in his lap. His eyes danced over the page for several moments, the words on the page illuminated by the candle that sat perched on the armrest of his chair. Then, after several moments had passed, he turned the page. He hadn't actually internalized any of the text on the page, nor had he taken in any of the text on the 50 preceding pages. Vaguely aware of the fact that the book kept on referencing to a man named Henry, who Shay presumed was the protagonist of the book he held in his lap. Beyond that, he knew little to nothing. Shay didn't particularly mind this fact. In fact, if he started actually following the story that was told in the pages of this book, he would consider it a great failure. Shay enjoyed sitting down with the book, and he enjoyed the platonic ideal of reading. When it came to telling stories, he found books to be a poor substitute for a person sitting next to him. He didn't pick up books when he wanted to be told a story. He picked up books when he wanted to be alone, to situate comfy in a chair and bask in candlelight, and sit silently in a meditative state. Turn another page. "Hey," said a familiar voice, interrupting him. "In the middle of the book, Ned." More like, "Hey." Hadn't noticed. That was the book's secondary function. There are people who might see a man sitting alone and seize upon the opportunity to start a conversation, and he was not in the mood for a conversation. "Is it a good book?" said Ned. "Enjoying being alone with it," said Shay. "Yeah, you looked really engrossed. I'm sorry to interrupt. I've got a favor to ask." "I said always ask a favor," said Shay, looking past Ned and speaking to no one in particular, even though there was no one but Ned near enough to hear him speak. "Why is it never, 'Hey Shay, I just wanted to stop by to offer you a favor'?" "I did that one time. You said you were busy, which I figured was your way of politely saying, 'Please don't bother me with this kind of visit,' so I stopped." "Did you? I don't remember it." "Sure you do remember it. It was from back before you started forgetting things. Time around, when did the war start?" "You don't have to be a lot more specific. You know, the war with the soldiers and guns." "Ah, that war. Did narrow it down a bit, didn't I? Not that old. Wars were fought with guns even when I was a young man. Same for you. Did they? Well, it was the war with the, Then trailed off. He raised his hand to his face and flicked his helmet, mimicking the unmistakable ping of an M1 Garand. "World War II? Which one was that?" "One with those, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that." "Sounds about right. Anyway, I came to ask a favor." "Well, that favor was spend a few minutes of your time having an inane conversation, but we already did that," said Shay. "My, but you're a bit snippy today. What's gotten into you?" I held up the book. "Good book is what's gotten into me. Sorry, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't urgent. I need of an interpreter. Being Cantonese, right?" "Yes." "Great. I stay here for a few hours? Not if it's to be an interpreter." "Why not? Speak Cantonese and you seem fluent enough in English, so why would you say no specifically to translating?" "Being an interpreter is not as simple as being bilingual, Ned." "Isn't it? I figure you hear things in one language and say them in another. Seems simple to me." "Are you literate?" said Shay. "A bit." "You write a work of great literature?" "Nope." "Well, there you go. There's more translating than being bilingual." "Come on, I'm in a pinch. I'm asking you to be a great interpreter. I'm just an inadequate one. Lots of bilingual people around. There ain't no other places to ask." "Yeah, but no, you're not the kind of person to spill secrets," said Ned. "It's the kind of conversation that I just want to be between me and one other person, you know." "Great. Sounds like you need a professional interpreter. These are great at facilitating those kinds of interactions." "Come on, what can a professional interpreter do that you can't?" "A lot of things," said Shay, "but for one, a professional interpreter is someone you can count on to allow you to use their mouth to say incredibly stupid things without letting you or your counterparty know just how stupid they find the interaction. Funny that. I always figured that's the kind of thing you'd be good at." "'Cause I'm so good at holding my tongue?" "Yes." "Tried before," said Shay, kicking up his feet. "Being an interpreter pays well if you find yourself working for the right people, and use your hands a lot less callous than some of the work I found myself doing instead." "Who knows my hands have calluses? Turns out holding your tongue is oftentimes harder than digging holes." You know how to be a diplomat." "Frick off." "There, that was me in being undiplomatic." Would you kindly find another solution to your problem, one that doesn't involve me performing a task that I've told you at least twice now that I'm not going to do? I started to say something, but stopped just short of making an utterance and backed off. Hey, Maddie, I shouted. No. I haven't even asked you for anything yet. I know. Thought I would save you the time. Ned sighed. What is it with you people? I turned towards Ned and glowered at him. You people? Ned raised his hands defensively. I didn't mean... look, it just mean that you two, you're birds of a feather in quite a few ways. Maddie stared at him and then contemplated whether there was any way for him to make a statement, proving Maddie and Shay together without making himself look worse than he already did. That in frustration. Know what your problem is? Yes, said Maddie. I know him quite well. He's standing right in front of me. Oh man. But anyways, we go back down. Oh, there's a little area off this way. I don't think I ever saw it before. That's probably gonna be something else. Let's go back down, read Judgment 2. And we can go ahead and end off. Ned leaned with his back against the counter, resting both of his elbows on the surface behind him. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't lean on my counter, said Maddie. Your counter? Yes, it is my counter, said Maddie. But please, don't lean on it. Ned laughed. People lean on this counter all the time. Customers lean on this counter. You're not a customer. What if I ask for a drink? Then am I a customer? We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone, so simply requesting a drink would not make you a customer. Your long, thin arms approached the counter. Can I get 2 lattes, 1 vanilla, and 1 with soy milk? You got it, said Maddie. I'll have that right out for you. Thanks, said the thin man, who took a seat at a table near the entrance. Maddie preoccupied herself with making the drink. Hey, Shay! Shay looked up. Do you ever feel like what you all do here is insignificant? Ned, running the terminal? Making drinks, said Ned. You know, there's more to life than creature comforts. I enjoy coffee as much as the next guy, but it's not good to get too pampered. Not sure that enjoying a nice drink is what I call pampering, said Shay. If I had my choice between a pampered life and a non-pampered one, I'd definitely pick the former. Say that as someone who's known what it's like to lead a non-pampered life. Oh so, said Ned. Think that overindulging in creature comforts will be the downfall of civilization. Not that I'd have a problem with that. Civilization is pretty overrated as it is. I don't think that lattes are fueling a collapse of society. One might even say that the ability to walk into a cafe, ask for a drink, and have it made to order is civilization. You know what it's like to live in a world without air conditioning, said Ned. So do I, shouted Maddie from across the room. I wasn't talking to you. No, living in an apartment with no AC is not the same as living in a world without air conditioning. Because when you lay in bed at night, you know at any time you can go out and buy a window unit. Not sure what your point is, said Shay. Of course you don't. Neither did the Romans. Didn't stop them from getting invaded. I know you're not that old. You don't have to be old when you got books. And these books had a chapter about how the Romans were caught completely unaware in air-conditioned cafes while sipping lattes since the invaders came to destroy their way of life. Precisely, said Ned. We're sitting indoors with the windows closed and couldn't hear the barbarians screaming into their hands. Dreaming into their hands, sorry. One moment you're sitting down in a recliner, the next you've got a spear through your chest. Jay raised his eyebrow in a way that gave the impression of someone who had just rolled his eyes without wanting to invest the effort of having to roll his eyes. I think I'll take the recliner, and when I wind up with a spear in my chest, you can come and laugh at me. Sure. Like I said, got no dong in this fight. Not offering advice, just judgment. You can go on doing whatever you want, and I'll keep thinking less of you for it. I glared at Ned. Not that I judge you. You know what it's like to have a hard life. Go from the calluses on your hands. You don't get those by accident. I lowered his voice and glanced at Maddie. For her, you and I both know that kids these days, they grabbed Ned by the scruff of the neck and jerked him violently before softly speaking directly into his ear. Don't ever try and judge her, Ned. You don't know the first thing about what she's been through. May let go of Ned's collar, but not before giving him a violent tug. Fine, I get it, you're protective. Not everyone here is like your little protege. Mr. Scrawny over there jerked his thumb in the direction of the thin-armed man who was waiting his lattes. Same thing goes for him. What do you know about what he's been through? Who are you to judge? Ned raised his hands defensively. Just saying, times aren't what they used to be. You're right, times aren't what they used to be. Do you know what I've learned from being around for quite a while? Doesn't get easier. Get stronger, but life doesn't matter. Life doesn't either. It doesn't either. So kindly frick off with any of your kids these days, bullcrap. Sheesh. You know, as old souls go, you're no fun to commiserate with. Sorry to be a disappointment, said Shay. Stood up and started to walk away. It's odd, said Ned, not looking up. Shay stopped and turned to him. What is? See, you give so much of a frick, said Ned. Thought you had no fricks left to give. I have fricks left to give, but they're not as plentiful as they used to be, said Shay. I have to save them for the things I care a lot about. I was just bullcrapping, you know, said Ned. Taking it out of everyone is supposed to be a recreational pastime. Just working with the material in front of me. Right about one thing, said Shay. About a society being overrun with invaders who destroy our way of life. Playing about face. Shay placed an arm around Ned and pointed at Maddie. Invader. Pointed at 220. Something's chatting in the corner. Invaders? And Aisling scuttling across the floor. Tools of the invaders. The road used to belong to the likes of you and me, and now it doesn't. New generation comes, bringing their new ways with them. Invading our world. Looks like you and I are the ones who have to worry about being caught unaware. Pretty soon, the world's going to belong to people like them. In fact, I think that day may have already come and we just haven't realized it yet. Cripes, and then make it sound like an apocalyptic. Funny, I thought I was being optimistic. That's cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, just with that, we only have like, what, 2 more? Yeah, only 2 more. Yeah, all of these little, like, things we have here are just like, whatchamacallit? Like little concept art things. I don't quite know what you call them, but I think it's very cool having these little short stories actually be for something. And even something as simple as, whatchamacallit? One of those. Concept art. Yeah, we'll only have 2 more left, so whatever the next location is probably gonna be the last of them. Yeah, actually, let me go upstairs real quick. I do want to check and see if the other side story is actually there. What happened to that? Like I said, it was supposed to be here, but yeah, there they are. Okay, so anyways, oops, give me 1 second. There we go. Well, anyways, I think that's where I'm gonna call things for today. Got done a bit more story, so next time I think we're gonna start off with these 2 side story, and then continue on with the main story, whatever other little side, like, short stories there are. And yeah, we might be able to finish this next week, which would be good. Yeah, so thank you to anyone who stopped by. Thank you to anyone who followed. My next stream will be on Friday with our variety night. I have something in mind for then, but yeah. So don't have anyone to raid, so let everyone scatter. Once again, thank you for coming, and I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye!